is my January 23rd, 2018 greenhouse update. It's amazing what 1 month of extremely cold temperatures can do to your plants. We had 2 days over the last month that were above freezing. And we had some lows as low as New Year's Eve night. It was -6. So I lost a lot of things, mainly like lettuce and just tender things. So down here in the beds, I just cleaned out this weekend a lot of the dead stuff, like dead chard leaves, because it looks like I'm hopeful that these are going to regenerate. A couple weeks ago, I also planted some spinach seeds. I wasn't real hopeful about it, but I just noticed today that, sure enough, they're starting to come up. And yesterday, I also planted kale, mustard, and a mesclun mix. You can see the endive did well, actually. It made it, and this is my first time growing this particular kind, or much of really any endive. There's some things that are regenerating, like mustards. These, one of the things that really surprised me about these, which is also very disturbing, is that they had tons of aphids, and I thought, oh, it got to 0 in the greenhouse, that'll kill them, and it didn't. So anyway, but like this red Russian kale, the core looks good, so I think these are all going to regenerate, but I did overseed just in case. And of course I think that's a red boar that's doing well. The peas died, and that's okay. I'll plant some more for fun. And so I had to reseed a lot in here. Again, you can see the chard regenerating, although this plant is still doing pretty well. I did have to cut off some dead stuff. The cilantro, yeah, it's pretty much dead now, but there was some stuff, green stuff this weekend I pulled. So, and I had lots of pots up here, like these, that I had some salad mixes in, and I just pulled those out because there's not a lot living in them anymore. But I think we're going to have some regeneration on the kale. The mustard looks promising. I'm not sure about these. Those are the rutabagas. You can kind of see today's present temperature at 40 degrees. Low of 35 last night. I had taken this in when it got really cold. I just brought it back out. I cut back all this because it was really pale. It needs some nitrogen. And then because it's winter, I started going crazy. I started a bunch of seeds. Most of these are natives, which they need cold, moist stratification anyway, so that's what they're getting out here. And these things are just dormant. These herbs got knocked back a little bit. There's a lot of dead stuff I cut off. These oregano. I'm hoping these regenerate. I cut back dead stuff on that, and fingers crossed. And then my rosemary looks okay still. So I think that's mainly what's going on in here. I did record some high lows for a couple weeks during this time, and the difference between the inside high and low and the outside temperature seemed to be really about the highs. The difference between the lows was approximately, or an average, maybe 6 degrees, and the average between the highs was between 20 and 30. I think the average was about 28, I want to say. So the daytime temperatures are definitely making a good difference in whether things live or not. And that's my cat calling for me. I had 4 containers. One of these, all 3 of these are carrots, and you know, there's some dead stuff I cut back. They're regenerating. The beets did not make it. And there are some nice baby carrots actually in here. I've been eating those here and there. So just more stratification of stuff. Those tubes are milkweed, hoping that'll reduce transplant shock being in those long degradable tubes. Anyway, that's what's going on in here. Leave me some questions if you have any.